Hello, my partner Veronica Chiliquinga and I, Isabel Rodriguez, we are going to talk about moral development, forming a sense of rights and responsibilities. First of all, morality is a system of beliefs about what is right and good compared to what is wrong or bad. Moral development refers to changes in moral beliefs as a person grows older and gains maturity. Moral beliefs are related to, but not identical with, moral behavior. It's possible to know the right thing to do, but not actually do it. It's also not the same as knowledge of social conventions, which are arbitrary customs needed for the smooth operation of society. Social conventions may have a moral element, but they have a primarily practical purpose. Conventionally, for example, motor vehicles all keep to the same side of the street, to the right in the United States and to the left in Great Britain. The convention allows for a smooth, accident-free flow of the traffic, but following the convention also has a moral element, because an individual who chooses to drive on the wrong side of the street can cause injuries or even death. In this sense, choosing the wrong side of the street is wrong morally, though the choice is also unconventional. When it comes to schooling and teaching, moral choices are not restricted to occasional dramatic incidents, but are woven into almost every aspect of classroom life. Kolhberg agreed with Piaget's theory of moral development in principle, but wanted to develop his ideas further. He used Piaget's storytelling technique to tell people stories involving moral dilemmas. In each case, he presented a choice to be considered, for example, between the rights of some authority and the needs of some deserving individual who is being unfairly treated. Simple dilemmas like this happen every day at all grade levels. Simple because students are diverse and because class time and teachers' energy are finite. Embedded in this rather ordinary example are moral themes about fairness or justice, on the other hand, and about consideration or care on the other. It's important to keep both themes in mind when thinking about how students develop beliefs about right or wrong. A morality of justice is about human rights, or more specifically about respect for fairness, impartiality, equality, and individual independence. A morality of care, on the other hand, is about human responsibilities, more specifically about caring for others, showing consideration for individuals' needs, and interdependence among individuals. Students and teachers need both forms of morality. In the next sections, therefore, we explain a major example of each type of developmental theory, beginning with the morality of justice. Kolhberg's morality of justice. One of the best-known explanations of how morality of justice develops was developed by Lawrence Kolhberg and his associates in 1983 and 1991. Using a stage model similar to Piaget's, Kolhberg proposed 6 stages of moral development, grouped into 3 levels. Individuals experience the stages universally and in sequence as they inform beliefs about justice. He named the levels simply pre-conventional, conventional, and post-conventional, each more adequate at responding to moral dilemmas than its predecessor. Kolhberg followed the development of moral judgment far beyond the ages studied earlier by Piaget, who also claimed that logic and morality develop through constructive stages. Expanding on Piaget's work, Kolhberg determined that the process of moral development was principally concerned with justice, and that this continued throughout the individual's lifetime, a notion that spawns dialogue on the philosophical implications of such research. Now to continue, we have moral stages according to Kolhberg. In the moral stage, we have a pre-conventional level. In the stage 1, we have obedience and punishment. And in the definition of what is good, we have action that is rewarded and not punished. Stage 2, market exchange. Action that is agreeable to the child and child's partner. Second, pre-conventional level. Stage 3, peer opinion. Action that wins approval from friends or peers. Stage 4, law and order. Action that conforms to community customs or laws. Finally, post-conventional level. Stage 5, social contract. Action that follows social accepted ways of making decisions. Finally, stage 6, universal principles. Action that's consistent with self-chosen general principles. Kolhberg's scale is about how people justify behaviors, and his stages are not a method of ranking how moral someone's behavior is. There should, however, be a correlation between how someone scores on the scale and how they behave, and the general hypothesis is that moral behavior is more responsible, consistent, and predictable from people at higher levels. To continue, my partner.
Hi, my name is Veronica Chiliquinga, and I'm going to explain you about the stages of morality about Kolhberg. The first one, pre-conventional justice, obedience, and mutual advantage. The stage 1. This stage appears when we start the preschool period. Child relatively self-centered and insensitive to the moral effects, so they only want to keep out of trouble. The rightness and worthless actions are determined by authorities, such as parents and teachers, who gives them the clues to know what is bad and what is good. They don't think about what actions might be praised or scolded, but they also want to be good and not to be bad, because in that way they feel accepted by adults and other people. The stage 2. When some time has passed, the child learns not only to respond to positive consequences, but he also learns how to produce these consequences by exchanging favors with others. This is an ethic of market exchange. In this stage, the good actions are ones that favors not only the child, but another person but directly involved. The bad action is one that lacks this reciprocity. In this case, they want to help others and be helped too when they need it. The conventional justice, conformity to peers and society. When a child moves into the school years, their lives expand to include a large number and range of peers and a community as a whole. In this conventional morality, they only think of the ethics of peer opinion. It means that they behave according to their peers' behaves. They taking into account others' reactions, such as good reactions and bad reactions according to what they do. The stage 4. When the child becomes a youth and the social world expands even more, he or she acquires even large numbers of peers as friends. They are more likely to encounter disagreements about ethical issues and beliefs. Resolving this complex of learning leads The young person increasingly frames moral beliefs in terms of what the majority of society believes. So they want to be part of a big society and establish his own set of principles. The post-conventional justice, social contract, and universal principles. This new focus constitutes stage 5, the ethics of social contract. Actions, beliefs, or practices are if they have been created through fair democratic processes that respect the rights of the people affected. In what sense are the laws about his behavioral ethical? Was it created by consulting with and gaining the consent of the relevant people? Were cyclists consulted and did they give consent? Or how about doctors of the cyclist families? These are only questions that people could think in a case. In this sense, beliefs on both sides of the debate about an issue can sometimes be morally sound even if they contradict each other. The universal principles may include a belief in democratic due process, but also other principles, such as beliefs in the dignity of all human life or the sacredness of the natural environment. As an ethical strategy, it too can sometimes fail. The problem is that an ethic of social contract places more faith in democratic processes than the process sometimes deserves, and does not pay enough attention to the content of what gets decided. And this final stage, the morally good action is based on personally held principles that apply both of the person's immediate life as well as to the large community and society. So, my partner Ivan is going to explain you about the conclusion to this chapter. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Ivan Munoz. I'm from Group 3, and our topic was about the moral development and also about Kolhberg morality of justice. So first of all, I'm gonna begin with the morality, that is a system of beliefs about what is right and good compared to what is wrong or bad. And also we got the moral development, that it refers to changes in moral beliefs as a person grows older and gains maturity. All this is really important to get noticed, and I will make a summary after I explain the Kolhberg morality of justice. So I'm going to explain about the Kolhberg morality of justice, that we go the pre-conventional level, that has the two stages. The first stage is the obedience and punishment. That is an action that is rewarded and not punished. And also the stage number 2, that is the market exchange. That is an action that is agreeable to the child and child's partner. Okay, so the child adopts an ethics of obedience and punishment, a sort of a morality of keeping out of trouble. For example, when we can say to a child that throwing garbage into the street is wrong, morally wrong, you have to, say to that child that is wrong, because you are harming the environment and also makes your city dirty, we can say. Also, we got the stage number 2, that this new ability creates the ethic of market exchange. In this exchange, for example, the morally good action is one of that favors not only the child but another person directly involved. For example, when a day in the school, in the break time, the children sometimes they take food to school, and if a child has, for example, some fruit and the other one has some cookies, they can exchange it to have what the other ones bring to the school to eat. So that is morally right, and that is what is the market exchange. Then we come to the conventional level. That the conventional level is as children move into the school years, their lives expands to include a large number and range of peers, and eventually on the community as a whole. It's when they started to meet more people, and they started to build a kind of community, we can say, because they exchange things, ideas, and also they play together and everything. So the stage 3 is sometimes called the ethics of peer opinion. That is the example, that it's morally good to behave politely with as many people as they know. For example, the child is likely to agree with the group and to regard politeness as not merely an attributed social convention, but a moral good. This approach to moral belief is a bit more stable than the approach in stage 2, because the child is taking into account the reactions not just of one other person, but of many. But it can still lead astray if the group settles on beliefs that others consider morally wrong, like, for example, shoplifting in a candy shop. For children, they will believe that stealing from a candy shop, like candies or something like this, is okay, But we know as adults that stealing is morally wrong. Then we got the ethics of law and order. The law and order, I told you that is an action that conforms to community customs or laws. In this stage, the number 4, the ethics of law and order, in which the young person is legal or at least customarily approved by most people, including people whom the child does not know personally. This attitude leads to an even more stable set of principles than is in previous stage. In this one, for example, we can say, for example, in a community, like my neighbor, I'm gonna make an example, is washing his car with a lot of water. Maybe, probably, for example, because in Latacunga we have many water, we can say, I don't know until when bad. If he uses a lot of water to wash his car, it's like a total agreement by my neighborhood, because at least we got water and we pay for it. And it's not morally wrong. It's because all my neighborhood agreed that he could wash his car in that way. Now we got the post-conventional level, that is the last one. The post-conventional level is as a person becomes able to think abstractly, in a different way. He started to think and realize the things that are bad or wrong and why are wrong. So, for example, in this stage, we go to the number 5, that is a social contract, that is an action that follows social accepted ways of making decisions. Because, ethical beliefs shift from acceptance of what the community does believe to the process by which community beliefs are formed. In this stage, the ethics of social contract, now an actual belief or a practice is morally good if it has been created through fair, democratic process that respect the rights of the people affected. For example, I'm gonna say this, about if somebody agree to have a dump place to throw the garbage, they have made a kind of contract among the people that it is morally right to do that, because they needed to do that. For example, as well, in my city they just created when you want to park, the parking meters, we can say. It was applied here in my city to gain money, and also to gain money for the city, but also to control or stop cars going into the center of the camp that used to make pollution a lot in my city. So we got in the last one, that is the social contract that I just said. I'm gonna explain about the last one, I'm sorry, that it was the universal principles. About the universal principles, the ethics of self-chosen universal principles is the final stage. The morally good action is based on personal health principles that apply both to the person's immediate life as well as to the larger community and society. The universal principles may include a belief in democratic due process, like in stage 5, that is the ethics, but also another kind of principles that are the belief in the dignity of all human life, in sacredness of the natural environment. That happen in the stage at the stage number 6. The universal principles will guide a person's belief, even if the principles mean disagreeing occasionally with what is customary or even with what is legal. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you like it. It's gonna be posted on YouTube. And also I would like to thank my classmates that we have done this work well done for the people that wants to watch us. So thank you so much. We are group number 3. We come from the University of Ambato, and we are the 5th level from the English career. Thank you so much, and have a good day.